What's up, YouTube? Lod Veda here. I just wanted to make a quick video and show the these bark busters that I put on here, the Cycra Probend, knuckle buster, whatever, bark buster, whatever you want to call them. Kind of show you a little tutorial, I guess, of how they installed and what kind of issues I came across and whatnot. So let's get started on this side. This is the clutch side. This side was pretty easy. You got your okay, so these are oversized bars, just in case if anyone was wondering. They're factory bars. They are oversized though from the factory. So if you are mounting yours and you're like, oh weird, why is there a gap there? That's normal. The bolts are long enough. They hold. They're fine. That's what they're supposed to be. So putting these on, what did I have to do? You get this on first, the bracket. Don't tighten everything down. You're going to want to put your sleeve on in the inside of this thing. There's a sleeve that comes there and you tighten it up once you're in there, but you have to cut a hole in the rubber on this side and to slip it in there, because it goes in probably, I don't know, about that far. And so you got to cut a hole in the rubber. It's no big deal. It's super easy. Just take a knife and cut it. And then the only thing that I had an issue with was, for some reason on this side, this plastic piece didn't want to fit right, and so I had to trim it down a whole bunch. Like I trimmed it down quite a bit with this, if you can kind of see that. So that was the only really modification of this side. But as you can see, I mean, the look of it, I think it looks fucking sick. Like, I like that. And I can these stickers, whatever, they come off, whatever, if I wanted them just all white or whatnot. But for now, I like them and stuff. But yeah, the install was pretty easy. I removed this just to get it out of the way. 2 bolts right here. And then the 2 small aligning pins at the bottom. Just lift it up, unplug the lights, set it off to the side, just to get that out of the way, because it makes it a whole lot easier to get on this, and you don't have this shit in the way. And that was about it for that one. This side was really easy. Now this side, because it's got the throttle, you got the throttle tube in there. Not only when you cut the rubber, you have to actually cut the rubber off. If you can see right here, see it's like actually cut, and see on this side it's got this like lip on here. That's because this side you only had to cut a hole in the end of it. This side I actually had to cut it off. And the throttle tube in there, because you don't want any range of motion to be messed with right here, because you want the bar, or you want this bar to be mounted to the handlebar itself. You don't want it coming in contact with anything on this. And as you can see, there's a little bit of play there. That's normal. So when you're making your adjustments, pull it all the way out, because what I did was I first put it on and it was in, and then I was like, shit, and then it came out and I was like, oh, it's kind of rubbing right there. You don't want that. So what I did was I loosened up the brake reservoir, the front brake reservoir, and then I also loosened up the ignition switch, and I just kind of pushed everything this way just a little bit, because when you cut your throttle tube, I used a Dremel, and I just cut back, because it's like this is the handlebar right here, and the whole thing comes over the top, and it actually sits like this. So you got to remove all of this and then expose this. And then what I did is, instead of removing too much throttle tube, I just loosened everything up. There's bolts underneath here. If you can see that on the others on this side, there's 2 Phillip head screwdriver, or 2 Phillip heads screws on this side. And again, I just pushed everything back this way just a little bit, just so I didn't have to take off more than I needed to for the throttle tube. But other than that, it was super easy. So just loosen up this, scoot it this way, loosen up this, scoot it this way, and then loosen up this, and just scoot it this way, just very, very little. I adjusted my when you move this thing, you can adjust up and down your brake lever and stuff, but I got it back where I wanted it and stuff like that too. So and then as far as adjusting these things, like up and down, once you're keeping these loose, what I did was I kind of just eyeballed where this, like, kind of take a line and just kind of make it go across and try to line it up there, because at first I was trying to align it, see how this one sits just a little bit below this bar, and see how this one sits kind of at the same height. Don't do it like that, because these are not a good point of reference to base adjustment with, because these are, you know, this one could be up higher and this one could be down lower, and that's exactly how they are actually. So I tried to align them up right here. So but the most modification is just to the throttle tube. You just got to cut it. You're not going to damage anything. Just cut it, you know, don't cut it any more than you need to, just to expose this. And then but yeah, other than that, dude, they turned out super good. They're super sturdy. This is going to protect shit if it ever falls over or anything. So that's nice, you know. Obviously I got my bike is dirty because I was doing the Dremel and shit over here, so I should probably blow that shit off before I start it so it doesn't smell like burnt plastic. And then the only other thing I have to do now is I just have to modify this. I'm too lazy to do it, you know, probably today, but I just got to modify this so that I can fit it back on here. So I'm thinking I'll probably have to cut this out some and get it on there, but it'll look good because I want this back on there. I don't want to leave that off. I like the look of this on there. It makes the bike look complete and everything like that. So, but that was pretty much it. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize it was like a flat color on that side, even though it doesn't say Yamaha. It says it backwards. But anyways, that's what it looks like. Let's put the key in there just to kind of make it look cool. Turn the light off. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That looks nice. I think that really completed the bike. In my opinion, I think it looks really good. There's something missing there before, so I definitely like those. So plus they add a lot of protection. If you go down, if you have these things on there sturdy, these things are fucking sturdy. Like, I got this shit and they're tight, you know. It's really good. So there's the video for the Cycra Probend bar protectors. So go subscribe and like if you have any comments or something, if you want to know more about the throttle, because this is about the most modification you had to do. If you want to know anything more about that, I'll be happy to answer any questions or anything like that. So leave me some comments, let me know what you think. Alright, thanks a lot, YouTube.